Hi, Adam Payne here with the Video Marketing Insider, and in this video we're going to be talking all about using YouTube discovery ads to promote your YouTube videos to get you more views, more channel subscribers, more exposure and all of that fun stuff. We're going to look inside the Google Ads dashboard and set one up live. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so here we are over at YouTube and I've typed in make money online. Now what we can see here is the very top video on this particular page is actually a YouTube discovery ad. Somebody has paid to have that video put there and the video has been triggered by this particular keyword. And there are many ways that these ads can be triggered. The videos below this are ranking organically for the keyword make money online, which gets a lot of search volume, and it would be very hard to try and outrank those videos. So rather than putting the effort to outrank these videos, we can do a little bit of research, set up one of these ads and have our video at the very top. We of course want people to click and watch our video. That is the first goal. What makes people click? Well, there are three things. We have the thumbnail, which is the image that we see here, which is what our eyes are naturally drawn towards. And I personally believe the top one, which is the ad, is the worst one of the lot. The colours don't really stand out. It just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't get my attention. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. We then have the headline, earn 10,000 US dollars per month with Brave. This could be quite good because people typing this in obviously want to make money online and they may not have heard of Brave, and being inquisitive they may click it to find out. And then we have this line of copy which doesn't really make any sense in English. If I were to click on this video, then the video would open up in a new tab and that person would have to pay for me to watch his video regardless of how much of the video I watched and whether I then took a secondary action or whether I left the video after 1 second. That person would still have to pay. Now you can use a variety of different kinds of videos. They can be public videos, they can be unlisted. You can direct people in your videos to click a link below in the description to opt into a landing page to buy a product, to do pretty much whatever you want to do. YouTube tends to be very lenient with these kinds of ads. It can be quite strict with other ads, but with these ads, it's a lot more lenient. This is actually a picture of an ad that I've currently got running. Now you can see here that this is somewhat different. It's actually to the right-hand side of another video. This is what's called placement targeting. You can actually tell Google/YouTube which videos you would like your ad to be connected to. So I chose this video which has 241,000 views, and then when people are watching this video, they naturally have poor attention spans, their eyes wander, and hopefully these bright colours will get them to click on this. And if they do, then I will have basically stolen a view from this video over to this video. So this is placement targeting. Now these appear somewhat differently on mobile to desktop, but in essence it's the same thing. They're triggered by a variety of different factors. So as an advertiser, how do you go about setting one of these up? Well, let's head on over to the Google dashboard and have a look. Here we are over at the Google Ads dashboard. So this of course does require you to have a Google Ads account fully set up. If you've not done so already, there are plenty of free tutorials online. Once you are in here, you are going to want to click on New Campaign. And from here, you will be given several different choices. You want to choose product and brand consideration, and you want to choose video, and then leave this as an influence consideration option. Once you click, you will be taken to another page. And this is where we give our campaign a name. And no one's going to see this apart from you, but when you have several different campaigns running, you want to be able to come in and at a glance, see which is which. So I'm going to call mine Discovery because it's a Discovery Ads campaign. And I know the video that I'm going to use. I'm going to be using this video here, YouTube for lead generation. This, in my opinion, is a good video, but it's not ranking number 1, 2, or 3 for the keyword. So rather than trying to rank this video, I'll get some traffic by running one of these ads. So I'm going to call this YouTube lead generation or YouTube lead gen. So -YouTube lead gen. So I know it's a discovery ad and I know the video in question. We can come back and change this later, but for now that will be enough. Now bidding strategy, we are stuck with CPV. We can't change it, but that's a good thing because it makes things less complicated. CPV stands for cost per view. So when we come down to actually bid, and I'll explain all this later, we're going to tell Google or YouTube, you can use these terms interchangeably, how much we are willing to pay for a view. Campaign total. So how much do we want to spend? So we can spend a campaign total or we can spend a daily amount. It's entirely up to you. If you want to have a campaign total, you will be given the start date as today and you will have to select an end date. So let's imagine I want to spend $40 on this campaign. So I will end this, several days later. So it will run for about 4 days, so $10 per day. A lot of people ask, what is a decent amount to spend as a campaign budget or as a daily budget? And the honest answer is whatever you can afford. Don't believe anybody that says if you only spend $5 a day, it's not enough to get enough data. It just means it will take you longer. Never put too much in, because if you put too much in, it will be spent if you set it up correctly, and you will then be stressed. So just budget what you can afford. Let's come down here. We'll click on networks and we're going to uncheck this one. The display network is just a bunch of sites that Google has contracts with, and myself and a lot of people find them to be very poor quality. We'll leave these two as is. Languages, I would not leave it at all languages. I would choose English or the language of your video. Now, because I'm in Japan, I have Japan by default, so I'm going to get rid of Japan and I'm going to enter another location. So we can get incredibly granular with this. We can have postal codes, zip codes, towns, cities, countries, boroughs, states. For this particular video, it's not specific to a town or a local area. So I'm going to choose the United States, and I'm also going to choose Australia. This is just for demonstration purposes. And as we start typing stuff in here, we'll see that these things over here change. So right now we have 7 billion available, or over 7 billion impressions. An impression is when your ad is shown, not when it's viewed. But that's purely because right now we're pretty much targeting Australia and the US, and that's it. Inventory type, I'll just show you what this means. This is where you decide if you would like your ads to be shown or not shown on specific content. I just leave it at standard, and the same thing with excluded types and labels as well. I don't want Google to tell me what is suitable for families or what's parental guidance, because the whole world's PC crazy if you ask me, and I don't want Google to determine what's suitable or not. I generally check these by default, although these are more really for in-stream ads. I just get in the habit of checking those. Additional settings, I'm not going to go too hardcore here. With devices, you can set where you want your ads to be shown. So for example, set specific targeting. I generally turn off TV screens. You can play around with this, but I'm going to turn off tablets. If you want, you can go very granular with device modules or operating systems so that your ads will only be shown to people that have specific kinds of phones or specific kinds of operating systems. I'm not going to do that much with that now, but you can do that if you want to. Frequency capping is interesting. This is if you want to give people on YouTube a better viewer experience. We've all had those Tai Lopez moments where you've seen the same video 3 million times and it's annoying. However, it does work from an advertiser's perspective. For me personally, I might cap the impression frequency. So I might say the same person cannot see my ad more than twice per day. This is going to maybe make some change. Look, huge changes now, because now we've gone down from 7 to 1.3 billion. It's still a lot of traffic, but to me, this will help me, because if my ads are shown 20 times to the same person, it's kind of like banner blindness. People become immune to it. So whether it's 2 or 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter. Don't sweat on it too much. In fact, I'll change it to 4 just to see if we can get this to change a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Okay, cool. Ad schedule, I'm not going to play around with that. Now, the ad group name is where we do our actual targeting. So we decide what kinds of people are going to see our ads and how our ad's going to be triggered. But before we do that, I want to come back over to my video and I want to copy the video link. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to scroll right the way down. I'm going to paste my URL in here and you can see my video appear. We're going to click on video discovery ad and we'll be able to select our thumbnail, but this is my thumbnail already. I like this thumbnail, it stands out. Close-ups of faces work. The color is bright, so it does a good job. So below this, we have to put in our headline and a couple of lines of copy. Now, this is a over-the-shoulder tutorial video. I've not thought deeply about the copy, but I'm going to put something like, watch to learn how, and we're going to capitalize each word, how to, do that one, get targeted leads from YouTube. Second line I might put enjoy the video, and something here. The final tip is amazing. And we can see here if we've got enough space or not. And again, stuff like this. What you do not want to do, you do not want to do crazy punctuation. You do not want to do things like this, because you'll probably be okay, but these are things that can trigger your ad not getting approved. You can't make crazy wild claims. If you're in anything to do with health, don't say the word cure or anything like that. Just keep it normal, not sleazy, not cheesy, and all of that stuff. So now we've got our actual ad here. Let's come back up and let's do our targeting. Demographics is fairly self-explanatory. We've got gender, age, parental status, and income. Certain countries don't have this option. Now I'm basically going to uncheck these two age ranges here and this one here, because I know my audience, and I know that generally speaking my audience are a little bit older, mostly men, but I'll leave women unchecked here. And I'm just going to get rid of that as well, because although I've got nothing for sale in my video, long term I am going to be selling stuff to people that watch my YouTube videos, that opt into my list, and I want those people to have some disposable income. This is really you knowing your audience. Parental status, you might think, well, how does Google know if you're a parent? My kids sometimes take my phone and they start watching kids videos and all that kind of stuff. So Google's put two and two together and thought, well, the owner of this account is probably a parent due to the videos they're watching, and they would be right. So demographic targeting is fairly self-explanatory. The other kinds of targeting, it really depends on how you want your ads to be triggered. So your ads can be triggered through keywords. So if we open up keywords, you can get your keywords in a variety of ideas. There are tools such as keywordtool.io that you can use, and you can go over to YouTube and you can type in a keyword. So I could put, for example, lead generation, something closely related to your video topic, and see the kind of stuff that's thrown out. Now this is very limited on the free plan, but it might give you a couple of ideas. So you can see here, look, lead generation business. That's not exactly what it is. Lead generation website. If somebody types in lead generation website, they're probably looking for ways to make their website be able to get more leads, which is not exactly what my video is about. So I'm going to get a lot of people clicking off and disappointed because they would type in a certain keyword, and although my video is tenuously linked, it's not exactly linked. So I could put lead generation on YouTube and see if that throws up anything. It may or it may not. Let's see what this does. What's the search? Okay, so because there's not much search volume, me using keywords might not be a good idea. So there are other things we can do. Here we are back over inside of the Google Ads interface, and we're going to try placement targeting instead, see if we can get some better luck. So we open this up. So this is when we can select specific videos or even whole channels that will trigger our ads to be shown. So let's click on YouTube videos, and then we're going to put in a keyword in here. So I'm going to put in how to get more leads. How to get more leads. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so it's going to show us a bunch of videos. Now, as we can see, some of these videos are not related to our video. How to get clients on Instagram is not closely related to my video. So although it's a bit time consuming, we're going to have to go through and we're going to have to check the videos that are really closely related to our video. And we want to get at least, 30 to 40 videos at a minimum. So I'm going to pause this video and go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so I found 39 placements, and there are a couple more things we need to do before we finish. We need to scroll up and we need to name our ad group. So in this case, it's connected to our targeting. So I'm just going to call this placements, and I'll put that LG for lead gen. I'll just spell that correctly. And then we need to come down and do one more very important thing, and we need to bid. Now we're bidding on a cost per view basis. So this is how much we are prepared to spend per view. This isn't how much we will end up spending, it's the maximum that we are prepared to spend. Now I've always told people when it comes to setting up these campaigns, you should budget low within your means, but you should bid high, because YouTube and Google works like an auction and it basically goes to the highest bidder. So for example, if I say I'm prepared to spend 20 cents per view, what this tells me over here is that I'm going to get anything from between 52 to 170,000 impressions, which leads to between 840 and 2.6 thousand views, and I will spend up to 0.07 per view. I won't actually spend this, but I will never go over this. And it will spend all of my budget. Now let's change this to 15 and let's see what goes here. So again, it's fairly similar stuff. Let's go down to 10 and let's see what happens here. We're still going to get a decent amount of traffic. So I'm going to just bid 15 purely because if I've got any competition, I want there to be a higher chance that they show my ad as opposed to somebody else. And that's that. That's all you need to do. Then we just scroll down and we hit create campaign. We double check everything, and once everything's fine, we hit continue to campaign, and it brings us back to this page. And currently, our ad is not approved. We can see here we're in this campaign of discovery YouTube lead generation. We've got one ad group, which was placements lead gen, and if we click on this and click on ads, we'll see our video and it will say under review. It's now a waiting game. It can go live in the same day. It can take 2, 3, 4 days. It really does depend. They've got great support. If it's a long time and your ad's not been approved, just get in touch with support and ask them why. And this is just how to set up a campaign. There are more things to do if you want to duplicate your ad groups, if you want to be able to read the data that comes in, but that's for another video. This is how you set up YouTube discovery ads. Any questions, let me know. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions or you need more clarification, go and watch the video once more. Over on the right hand side, we have some more trainings and reviews, so go and watch those as well. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and hit the bell notification. Other than that, ask any questions you've got below, and I'll see you soon.